Hello and welcome. This discussion is going to be about the rim shot. What is the rim shot? How do we execute it properly? When and where to use it? So the rim shot is a type of stroke where the stick is going to make contact with the snare, primarily, by the way. It's going to be a pretty rare exception that we use rim shots on the toms, but we use it a lot on the snare. But the stick is going to make contact with the hoop or the rim further back on the stick, and the tip still makes contact with the head at the exact same time. We want to use an accented, kind of forceful movement. Remember, we're going to use controlled strokes on our backbeats and accented snare hits. Controlled strokes are where we squeeze those fingers up into the palm. So that's without a rim shot. Now, when we play backbeats, we have options. Do we want to play rim shots, or do we want to strike more in just the middle of the head or slightly off center? These are musical options because the tone is different. And here is an example of some snare sound without rim shots, but good, solid, accented, controlled strokes right in the middle of the head. Here it is with rim shots. So you can see you get a slightly more metallic sound. There's a little bit of higher overtone in the sound. Rim shots can be great for cutting through a particularly loud mix. If you're playing a rock band with a lot of electric guitar, there's a good chance you're going to want to use those rim shots very consistently throughout your set. But I don't want to make it a rule that every time you play backbeats they have to be rim shots, because that is certainly not the case. It's going to depend on the style of the music, the volume situation that you're playing in the room, and any number of other factors. But you do want to have the rim shot in your toolbox. You want to be able to consistently deliver rim shots in both the right and left hand. So you want to make sure your snare drum is positioned in such a way that you can comfortably reach the rim with your stick. If your snare is too low or your legs are up too high, then that's going to cut off that rim where you can't reach it. So you'll want to make sure you adjust your snare properly. And it takes a while to get consistent. Sometimes you get too much rim, or you miss the rim altogether, and that'll create very inconsistent tone in your snare, which is not at all what you want. So just got to work through it, practice, make little adjustments to your snare that'll help over time, and focus on consistency, and eventually you'll get there. These rim shots will become ingrained in what we call muscle memory, where you don't have to think about it. They're just going to fall out when you want them. So have some fun working on your rim shots. Now, before we go, I'll go ahead and demonstrate a basic groove first without the rim shot, so we can hear it in context of a groove, and then again with rim shots, same groove. So here we go. No rim shots. And now with rim shots. Definitely a difference. So use your ears and your musical intuition to help you determine when to use these rim shots and when to refrain from using rim shots. And we'll see you next time.